Hi friends, once again KT sir is here from the channel Kartik Tuitions. In my previous video, we had discussed about drawing a histogram. So in case if you have missed that video, you can check out that video in the playlist of Algebra. Also, it's a request to check out that video first and then continue with this video because polygon is a bit continuous concept of histogram. तो अगर histogram आपको अच्छे से आता है तो frequency polygon आ ही जाएगा. So let's start with the video. Now see, as I told you, we are going to talk about the frequency polygon. What is a frequency polygon? Now basically, I have shown two graphs on the screen. एक में देखो histogram दिख रहा है, फिर उसमें कुछ points को join किया है. Now that points are the class mark. Now when you join that class mark with a line, basically we get a closed figure. So frequency polygon is a closed region having n sides. When I say n sides, that means it depends on number of classes you have. सर ये क्लोज फिगर किधर है? नीचे तो कुछ क्लोज है ही नहीं. अरे है, देखो एक्स एक्सिस है ना, तो ये ऊपर का क्लोज फिगर है और ये नीचे का क्लोज फिगर है. So basically it is a closed region having n sides. Now also you can draw the frequency polygon without the histogram, but for that you need the help of class mark and frequency. So these are the two ways to represent the data. One is with help of histogram, one is without the help of histogram. With histogram it becomes bit easy, but second वाला भी easy है, थोड़ा मेहनत ज्यादा करना पड़ेगा, आपको class work find करना पड़ेगा, फिर points plot करना पड़ेगा. But both are manageable. Remember, when you join the class mark, you will use the scale because it is not a freehand drawing. It is not frequency curve, it is frequency polygon. So always join the class mark with a pencil and scale. I hope I am clear till here. And one more thing. See, for joining this class mark and to get the closed figure, you will always need a preceding class and succeeding class and its frequency. So preceding class क्या होता है? वो लोग ने जो फर्स्ट क्लास अपने को डेटा में दिया उसके ऊपर वाले क्लास को preceding class कहते हैं. And succeeding class is the class which is a class which will come after the last class given to us in a sum. So for example, in a first graph, if you observe 0 to 5 is your preceding class, hence its frequency is 0. And in the last part, the succeeding class is 30 to 35, hence its frequency is 0. I hope you have understood a bit in what I'm saying. More you will understand with the sums when we proceed further. So let's move toward one sum. Show the following data by frequency polygon. Now again, the condition is same. Are the classes continuous? Sir, ऐसा क्यों? अरे बोला ना मैंने, हिस्टोग्राम का कंटिन्यूस कॉन्सेप्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन है, तो दैट मींस क्लासेस कंटिन्यूस होना कंपलसरी है. आर द क्लासेस कंटिन्यूअस? यस. नाउ सिंस द क्लासेस आर कंटिन्यूअस, अपनी थोड़ी मेहनत कम हो गई, बट इसके अलावा भी वी नीड अ टेबल विथ ओनली 4 कॉलम. सर क्यों? देखो फर्स्ट क्लास में तो अपनी फ्री क्लासेस आने वाला है, दैट इज इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल. अच्छा, मैंने ऊपर एक रो और नीचे एक रो ज्यादा रखा है. Why? Because I need a preceding class and succeeding class. So from second row, I will write the classes what is given to us. And in a third column, I am going to write the frequency. But again, I will leave the first row and the last row vacant for the time being. समझ रहे मैंने क्या बोला? Now, let's talk about next part, that is preceding class. So ये कैसे आ गया? Very simple. Now, since it is a class, it's a group data, the class interval has to be the same. Now, when you take the difference between this 200 and 0, what is the difference you get? 200. So 0 minus 200 will give us minus 200 and 200 minus 200 will give us 0. So your preceding class is minus 200 to 0. And the frequency of that preceding class is always 0. Is always 0. Then succeeding class क्या हो जाएगा? Simple. 800 plus 200 will become 1000 and 1000 plus 200 will become 1200. So here your succeeding class will be 1000 to 1200 and the frequency will be again 0. Now your second column is for class mark. If you try to recollect, we have learned how to find the class mark. It is lower limit plus upper limit upon 2. So let's start. Minus 200 plus 0 will give us minus 200 divided by 2 will give us minus 100. बस बाद में कुछ नहीं करना है. वी हैव लर्न क्लास इंटरवल ऐड करते जाओ. अपना क्लास इंटरवल क्या था? 200. सो व्हेन यू ऐड हियर 200 to minus 100 will become 100, then 300, then 500, then 700, then 900, then 1100. खत्म. Now the last column. That is, we are going to take the points to be plotted. Now that is class mark and frequency. So for the first class, it will become minus 100, 0. तो next का क्या हो जाएगा 100, 240. Then 300, 300. 500, 450, and so on. I hope you have understood this tabular work. Now let's move towards the graph. Now again in a graph, you all know that we need the help of x-axis and y-axis. But this time be careful. Sorry, ऐसा क्या है? देखो फर्स्ट पॉइंट जो प्लॉट करना है वो -100 नेगेटिव में अभी तक जितने भी सम हमने देखे उसमें हमेशा पॉजिटिव डेटा रहता था. So for this sum specially or such sum, what you will do, from bottom you will take 2 centimeter, but from left you will take 3 centimeter to draw the y-axis. So your y-axis will start after 3 centimeter of your graph. Then now see first x-axis पे हम लोग classes लेंगे. Now your data will start from -200. तो basically ये जो है अपना x-axis पे electricity bill जो आने वाला है वो 200, 400 so on. So if you observe here, this time we have to move towards the left of y-axis also. Now coming to the families, see the numbers are big. So you cannot take one family 1 centimeter or two families for 1 centimeter and so on. थोड़ा multiples of 10 पे जाना पड़ेगा या उससे भी बड़ा. So here we have done that I have taken 50 families for 1 centimeter. So 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300 and so on. Now see, let's first talk about x-axis. Now when we talk about this, see, I am using 1 centimeter to represent the data of rupees 200. So that is my x-axis. On y-axis, I am using 1 centimeter to represent 50 families. So that is my y-axis. Now we are start going to plot the points. See, our first point to be plotted is -100, 0. Now -100 is our x coordinate and 0 is our y coordinate. So it will lie between -200 and 0. So that will be this point. Now see, next is 100, 240. सर ये कैसे मिलेगा? अरे बहुत इजी है. देखो 100 तो तुमको मिल जाएगा on x-axis. Problem is to solve with this 240. Now first understand. We have taken 1 centimeter for 50 families. 1 centimeter में कितनी लाइन आती है? 10 lines. So 10 lines is equals to 50 families. So one line is for 5 families. Now we want to represent 240. So 240 will lie between 250 and 200. Now 240 minus 200 gives us 40, and when you divide 40 by 5 you get 8. So basically 8th line from 200 will give us the value of 240. Now 300 300 तो easy है. Then 500 450 भी easy है. 700 350 भी easy है. 900 160 पे वापस थोड़ा वर्क करना पड़ेगा. देखो देखो देखो. Now 160 will lie between 150 and 200. How much it is more? 10. How you get 160 minus 150? Now that is 10 families. Now for one line we are representing 5 families. So for 10 families how many lines we need? 2 lines. So it will be 2 lines above 150. And the last is 1100, 0. That will come again on x-axis. Now once these points are plotted, you will use the pencil and scale to join these points, and that will be done with your frequency polygon. I hope I am clear till here. Let's look at one more sum for better understanding. Draw a frequency polygon for the following group frequency table. Now check, are the classes continuous? नहीं sir. So we have to make the classes continuous. तो अभी कितना कॉलम आएगा? जब क्लासेस कंटिन्यूअस था तो कितना कॉलम आया था? 4. तो अभी नहीं है तो कितना आएगा? 5. So we'll prepare a table with the 5 columns, where the first column is for the classes. Again, leave one row for the preceding class and the last row for the succeeding class, and write the data. Same way, the fourth column will be for the frequency. Again, leave the first row and the last row for the preceding class and succeeding class. Now here, see, we have to make the classes continuous, but before that we'll find the preceding class and succeeding class. Now what is the difference between 25 and 20? It is 5. So 20 minus 5 will give us 15, and 24 minus 5 gives us what? 19. So it is 15 to 19 will be our preceding class, and its frequency will be 0. Same way, last में कैसे आएगा? 45 plus 5 will give us 50, and 49 plus 5 will give us 54. That is your succeeding class, and frequency will be 0. Now next we need to work about continuous classes. Now we have studied in earlier videos also. Still I will repeat it. We'll find the difference between 20 and 19. And the difference is 1. We'll divide it by 2. We get 0.5. Now this value has to be subtracted from lower limits and has to be added to upper limits. So now 15 minus 0. Will give us 14.5 and 19 plus 0.5 will give us 19.5. So this is our first class. Same way बाकी के class मिल जाएंगे. I am sure you by now you must be comfortable with this. So will not waste your time in this. Now we have to find the class mark. What is the formula to find the class mark? Lower limit plus upper limit upon 2. So 14.5 plus 19.5 upon 2. Now that will give us 34 upon 2. That is 70. Now don't do further hard work. Just use your presence of mind. Now if you find the difference between the two consecutive class lower limits, sorry, if you find the difference between two continuous lower limit, you'll get the answer as 5. So just keep on adding 5. It will give us 22. Or else if you want to do the working, you can cross check it. 19.5 plus 24.5 upon 2. When you do that, you get it as 22. Now just keep on adding 5. So that is 27, 32, then 37, then 42, 47, and 52. The last column is for representing the class mark and frequency. So 17, 0, 22, 38, and so on. You have to just mention the class mark and a frequency as the points to be plotted on a graph paper. Now moving towards the graph. See here. Again on a graph paper, we are going to draw the x-axis and y-axis. Now this time too many classes are there. So we cannot take 2 centimeter. So I have taken 1 centimeter for the classes to be represented on x-axis. So age of blood donor, that will come on x-axis, and number of donors will come on y-axis. Now here from first centimeter I am starting. It is starting from 14.5 and so on. Now क्रीग मार्क आएगा. So कैसे? Now see, 14.5 minus 0 will give us 14.5, whereas 19.5 minus 14.5 will give us 5. Now this is uneven, so class mark आएगा. Now looking at the y frequency, see the values are 38, 46, 35, 24, 15, 12, and so on. So to represent this data, I have taken the scale as 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, and so on. So basically, when we write the scale on x-axis, I am using 1 centimeter is equals to 5 years, whereas on y-axis, I am using 1 centimeter for representing 5 donors. I hope I am clear till here. Now, coming to the plotting of the point. The first point to be plotted is 17, 0. अभी 17 का टेंशन मत लो. It is directly the midpoint of the classes. So 14.5, 19.5 के बीच का जो point है ना, that will be your 17 and 0. तो अपना first point इधर आ जाएगा. उसके बाद 22, 38. Now 22 will be the same. It will be the midpoint of the next class. But 8. Now see, I am using 1 centimeter for 5 donors. Now 1 centimeter में आता है 10 lines. So 10 lines are representing 5 donors. So basically 1 donor के लिए 2 line. Now when I say 38, so that will lie between 35 and 40. Now 38 minus 35 gives me 3. Now for 1 donor 2 lines. So for 38 it will be 6 line from 35. So here it will be 6 line from 35. Same way 46. So it will come 2 lines after 45. Then 35 तो directly मिल जाएगा. देखो class mark का tension लेना ही नहीं है. It is directly the midpoint of the classes what you have taken. So you don't have to worry. You have to be a bit careful about the y-axis. Then 37, 24. Now 24. So it will be 8th line after 20. Then 15 तो आ जाएगा. 12. So that is 4th line after 10. And 52, 0. Now once the points are plotted, coordinates are mentioned, just join these points with the help of pencil and scale and you will get the frequency polygon. I hope you have understood this. It's a sincere request to each and everyone. Please practice this both the sums thoroughly on your own because the plotting of these points is bit difficult. That was the purpose of taking this question in my video. If you have enjoyed the video, please share it with your friend. Also, if you come across any doubt, you can mention it in your comment section. I'll help you with it. Please like, share and subscribe my channel for the regular updates. Thank you.